Hi, how good is your general knowledge? Is it broad enough to score great, or maybe even exceptional? I've got 60 questions for you. They'll start fairly easy-ish, but they'll get much tougher as we get towards the end of the quiz. I'll put the scoring back up when we get to the end, so good luck, and here come your first questions. Which word, derived from Greek, means praise given for an achievement? Is it kudos, kappa, or kouros? The answer is kudos. The mascot of which board game is an old man wearing a morning suit, bow tie and top hat? Monopoly, Risk or Cluedo? The answer, Monopoly. Alongside the Chinese alligator, which is the other living species of alligator? The Japanese, Australian or American? The correct one there, the American alligator. On which part of your body would you wear espadrilles? On your feet, head or hands? You wear them on your feet. What is the back of a boat called? Is it the bow, stern or starboard? It is the stern. Who wrote the classic sci-fi novel, The Time Machine? H.G. Wells, Oscar Wilde or Arthur C. Clarke? It was H.G. Wells. Who invented a device to detect and measure ionizing radiation? Was it Hans Geiger, Nikola Tesla or Ernest Rutherford? That was Hans Geiger. Botany Bay was the planned site for a British penal colony in which country? New Zealand, South Africa or Australia? The answer, Australia. Who set fire to his guitar at the Monterey Pop Festival in 1967? Mick Jagger, Jimi Hendrix or Bob Dylan? That was Jimi Hendrix. What is the fourth book of the Old Testament? Is it time, letters or numbers? It is numbers. What is the highest number on the pH scale? 18, 16 or 14? The correct option there is 14. Red Admiral is a species of which creature? A spider, butterfly or beetle? It's a type of butterfly. Guglielmo Marconi was a pioneer in which field? Steam power, radio communication or space exploration? The answer is radio communication. What's the nickname of the captain who landed the plane on the Hudson River in January 2009? Sammy, Sully or Sally? The answer is Sully. What is the thin wire that glows in a light bulb when electricity passes through it? Filament, coil or conductor? That is the filament. Pentium computer chips are made by which company? Intel, IBM or Apple? They're made by Intel. What is a person who takes X-rays called? A pathologist, oncologist or radiographer? The answer is a radiographer. Roberts, Stone and Watson are all prominent actresses who share which first name? Jennifer, Emma or Anna? They are all Emmas. Which of these science lab items is typically powered by natural gas? An electron microscope, Bunsen burner or spectrometer? The answer, the Bunsen burner. Cholesterol is a type of which? A vitamin, protein or lipid? It is a lipid. So, which image shows Nelson's column? That is A. Which is a Manx cat? That's C. Which features in the title of a famous Van Gogh painting? That's B, the potato eaters. Which of these is a carriage clock? That's B. Which is beef Wellington? That's A. Which image is a replica of the Mayflower? That's B. The term squab refers to which of these young animals? That's C, a baby pigeon. Which of these is lily of the valley? Do you know your flowers? That's A. Which shows traditional Romanian attire? Did you pick the right one? The answer is C. Which is St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City? They look similar, but the correct answer is A. Okay, I hope you got most of those. Now let's move on to the medium level questions. But first, as you know, creating quizzes like this from scratch takes me a really long time. If you're an educator, trainer or coach, and I know many of you are, and you'd like to create great interactive quizzes for your students, then you will love how Tiger Form's quiz mode makes creating quizzes so simple and easy. And they're the sponsor of today's video. So not only does Tiger Form's quiz mode have lots of useful tools like templates and AI assistance, for example, give me 25 multiple choice questions on the chemical elements. Generate form and there's your quiz. The quizzes that you create can be shared with just a QR code and, you're going to love this, auto-graded. No downloads, no links to share, just a super easy QR code for your students to scan for instant access. There's a free version for you to try it. Just scan the QR code on the screen here using your phone or click the link in the description down below and pin comment. So if you like to make quizzes for your students or you'd like to start but you don't know how, check out Tiger Form's quiz mode. It's really simple to use and it could save you a lot of time. Talking of time, now it's time to get back to the quiz. Here are your medium level questions. Which is the predominant colour on the national flag of Saudi Arabia? Blue, red or green? The answer is green. Which is a lightweight gemstone known for its deep black or very dark brown colour? Topaz, jet or obsidian? And it's the reason for the term jet black. Which is the title of a novel by Frances Hodgson Burnett? The Japanese, The Walled or The Secret Garden? The title is The Secret Garden. Which of these manufactures over 90% of the world's most advanced microchips? Taiwan, South Korea or the USA? The answer is Taiwan. Which term means a word that reads the same forwards and backwards? Palindrome, contraction or anagram? That is a palindrome. What law predicts that transistor numbers on microchips double roughly every 2 years? Moore's, Hawkins or Murphy's Law? That is Moore's Law. Which combat sports weight class is named after a chicken breed known for being small but feisty? Flyweight, bantamweight or featherweight? That is bantamweight. What's the only country in South America that shares its land borders solely with Brazil and Argentina? Colombia, Peru or Uruguay? That is Uruguay. In the novel, what did Don Quixote famously mistake for giants? Trees, windmills or castles? The answer is windmills. The term mercer comes from an old French word for which occupation? Doctor, merchant or sailor? The answer is merchant. Apples, pears and plums are part of which family? The poppy, tulip or rose family? The rose family. How many children did Queen Victoria have? 9, 4 or 0? The answer is 9. Which animal's name comes from Afrikaans for earth pig? Hippopotamus, rhinoceros or aardvark? The correct one there is aardvark. The All Ords is the oldest index of shares in which country? The United Kingdom, Australia or Canada? That's in Australia. The word yogurt comes from which language? Russian, Turkish or Greek? It comes from Turkish. What is the capital of Namibia? Gaborone, Windhoek or Luanda? The answer is Windhoek. A coulomb is a unit of measurement of what? Depth, pressure or electrical charge? It's a measure of electrical charge. Roman diplomas that existed about 2,000 years ago served as an early form of what? Passport, marriage certificates or currency? The answer, passport. What nationality was the famous literary figure Henrik Ibsen? German, Czech or Norwegian? The answer, Norwegian. What is a fife? A mountain, a dance or a musical instrument? It is a musical instrument. It's now time for the final round, which is My Tough 10. These are some of the toughest questions that I could find, so if you get any of these correct, you've done really well. So let's play Ben's Tough 10. Brontophobia is a fear of what type of weather? Blizzards, fog or thunderstorms? The answer, thunderstorms. An unknown young boy, thought to be between 7 and 10, won a gold medal in which event at the 1900 Olympics? Coxed pairs rowing, archery or individual gymnastics? The answer is coxed pairs rowing. Which sea animal has the scientific name Monodon monoceros? A manta ray, blue whale or narwhal? That's the scientific name for the narwhal. Any straight line drawn on a Mercator map is a what? A great circle, rhumb line or contour line? It is a rhumb line. What's the only element that would remain liquid at absolute zero under standard atmospheric pressure? Oxygen, helium, or nitrogen? The answer is helium. Whose supernova is the most recent to have been observed in the Milky Way galaxy with the naked eye? Kepler's, Hubble's, or Newton's? That is Kepler's. The famous line, "The female of the species is more deadly than the male," is by which author? Mark Twain, William Shakespeare, or Rudyard Kipling? That's by Rudyard Kipling. In which decade was the first photo of Earth taken from space? In the 60s, 50s, or 40s? The answer, amazingly, was back in the 1940s. What mineral makes up the famous white dunes of White Sands, New Mexico? Gypsum, silica, or quartz? They're made from gypsum. What is the common term for the mesolimbic pathway in the brain? The reward, pain, or visual pathway? It is the reward pathway. Okay, so that's 60 questions. How did you do? Did you do better or worse than you thought you would? Let me know your score and any other thoughts in the comments down below. And now I've got another challenge for you. Go check out my second channel. It's called Quizamp. There's a link to it up here. See if you can beat it and become a Quizamp quiz champ or even a mega champ. Thanks for playing this quiz, and I hope to see you on another one.